Cool. I would like.
I want to go plastic.
Well, Taylor, I got news for you. You don't have to try to do that. The world has gone plastic. I got news for you. You don't have to
Well,
try
I guess
to
that's
do
probably
that.
true.
The world, and it is killing us.
That's probably true.
Hey, how's my volume now?
Volume hasn't changed on my end, and it looks like we're both on the stream pretty well, so we should be good.
All right. Well, I can.
It's weird. I don't know what to say about it, but it is what it is, you know?
I can turn up my mic settings. Does that help you at all?
I mean, I have you way up on my internal monitor, so like it's really okay, and it sounds fine on the stream.
All right.
Yeah, we're good. We good, buddy.
So here's something, Taylor. Did you know that the Earth has 60 years of topsoil left?
Oh, I see. We haven't dug ourselves quite out of this hole, have we?
That's just
been a rough week.
Actually, I'm feeling good.
Well, that's good.
Don't know why. I think my
Don't
brain.
know why.
My brain's gone into dealing with confrontation of the terrible things in the world by. It's getting very activist, which is good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a CPR
absolutely.
class. I decided.
Oh, that's actually tight as hell. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's super cool.
Like civilian field medic, and I'm not gonna get too deep into. However bad the world gets, whatever direction the world takes, like one thing that we know for certain is how we get through it is like mutual aid and community. That's wherever you fall on political lines, whatever, mutual aid and community, you're going to get everyone through catastrophe. And even before catastrophe, like, it's just a good thing to know. So one of the important ways I think that is very actionable that I can do is learn some, civilian medic stuff.
I think that's tight as hell. Yeah, I love that, man.
Yeah. And then
Street medic.
Yeah, I'm gonna give.
And you'll be ready when cyberpunk comes.
When I could become a river doc, correct? This is the. If you think that thought didn't go through my head today. Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone.
Yeah.
No, and I don't.
The holidays are a rough period for most people, but for us, it's really just about existential dread as we move into a new year.
Yeah.
So you'll have to just stick this out with us for like until February, and then we should be okay for another 2 months until
the next
season.
climate disaster happens.
Oh well, I was gonna say the climate disaster is gonna come much sooner than February. No, I was talking about the move into like midterm elections, because that's just going to be a whole nightmare of just terror all over.
The move into fascism. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I said what I said. No. Okay. Enough with the doomer ideology. I'm actually not even a doomer, so Taylor can probably attest. I'm generally.
No, it's just I've noticed this actually in our friendship. It's just like around this time of year, I don't know if it's just the seasonal depression as it starts affecting both of us. But our talks almost always become, nice. Oh my god, hang on.
Rad, that was dope.
Oh boy. Oh no. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Now, our talks just always become a lot more like cynical and nihilistic around this time of year. I legit think it might have something to do with just like seasonal effectiveness disorder or whatever. Like, I don't know. It just, unless it's like a really bad summer or something like that, we're usually more optimistic when it's warmer out.
Yeah, and I should state, I'm not even a cynic.
Yeah. I am a cynic.
Yeah. I'm the lighthearted balance to Taylor. Again, 60 years of topsoil.
No, I want to be what Corey is in his heart, but no, I'm not. That's not who I am.
So Taylor, do you know what we're doing today?
I have no idea. I remember last week we said something about we were gonna revisit like basic rules and then start working towards like playtesting character creation?
Well, the second half of that would be fun, but we're not there yet.
Yeah.
What we need to do, and what you were so close about being right about, is we are looking at these basic rules again. And why I titled this pod, and I'm very happy about titling this episode. Why I titled it "The Niche Get Nicher" is Frederick Nietzsche's 6'6" skateboard stunts. No, why I did it is because what we're doing is condensing and editing down our old work into a readable format, so we can playtest character creation and basic rolling system, which is going to be super fun. Everyone's going to love that.
Character creation in which we will make skateboarding Frederick Nietzsche.
That is a one-page RPG. No, that deserves more than
that
one
is,
page.
That is a one-page RPG that we are coming out with. Stats are Ubermensch, and that's it. There's one stat.
There is, however, so we do get to do some fun stuff first. If you would like, you want to do some fun stuff first?
Yeah, let's do some fun stuff.
Okay, cool. So, Taylor, if you take a look at the screen right now. What are you doing?
This? Please stop.
What is this?
No, my stupid... I use my camera as a webcam, and, like, it'll get out of focus, and then... I'll have to like refocus it, but by doing that, you basically have to take a picture. Like you half press down on the button to refocus it.
Yeah.
But then if you push down even like a hair too much, it takes a picture. And so yeah, that's what's going on. Are we doing character sheets?
No. That would be fun too. We are going to look at logos.
Tight.
Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of work this week actually, because. And if you are watching this on YouTube, you'll find the link. If you're watching us on Twitch right now, you'll find the link for our Drive-Thru RPG page. And Taylor produced a fantastic album of ambient music, Fractured Fortunes Volume 1. If you were running like an Eastern game at all, the audio products are really cool in tabletop gaming. And Taylor put this out. We've gotten like 50 downloads, so we're feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, no, very, very excited to anybody who watches this who may have downloaded it. Thank you so much. It means a ton to me. I was not expecting to get like a tenth of the downloads that we have gotten so far, so you have already very much surpassed my expectations. I was telling Corey before, if we can get another 50, I think that's like the most music I've ever sold. So, there's like going gold is like what, like 1 million records or whatever. Like, if we can just get this album to go, like, wood, and, like, I'm down with that. Thank you very much.
I'm 40% wood.
40% wood.
Sorry.
Tight.
What I've been doing, Taylor, is I've been doing, like, a lot of logo study, and because I figured, hey, if Taylor's busting out 50 downloads, I better get down to work on my side of things. So, I have made 3 logos. For us to look at. And all of them, I think, have varying degrees of usefulness. I think I know, man, I thought I had one picked that I was like, this is it. And then I saw another one. I was like, oh, I actually like that one now looking at it. But, all right. So I'm going to start off with the one that, well, I'm not going to. So this. No.
Now I know.
So here's the thing. Looking at the different logos and looking at like modern TTRPG, this like fits the vibe of like where TTRPG logos are currently at, I think.
Okay.
The thing about it, like, and pros and cons, like I think it's simple, it's text. Well, that's about it, Taylor. It's simple and it's text. There's not much to it. And that was kind of the point.
Right.
I think it has good scalability. You could slap this on anything and it would work. It also doesn't have a ton of heart, I don't think. Mm-hmm. And it also, like, one thing that we want to make sure is something that's going to survive the test of time, I guess, is I'm trying to find the word for that. Accessibility in the future. Like, the issue with
logo sustainability.
Yeah, and that's important. Like, scalability is huge. Simplicity is huge. Uniqueness is huge. These are all, like, super important things in logos.
Yeah.
But this also, like, in 10 years, what's the current trends going to be? This is going to look dated, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with this one. I wanted to do something more modern.
Here's the thing. I like a lot about this. I like your choice in color palette. I think that is very distinctive, and I think that it's a really simplistic design, but it really stands out really well. I really like the way that. Ooh, I really like that. Actually, what did you just do?
Oh, that was just the background.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that looks tight as hell. Sorry.
And we'll talk about that with the next one, actually.
What was I going to say?
What was I?
What was I going to say? I like the text. I like how scratchy it is, and it's still got kind of that feel like it's handwritten.
Yeah.
My question to you, and this is going to be the case with anything that we're pitching as like a logo. Where does this logo fit in the fiction? How does it fit into the world of Eba? How does it fit into the world of Vault Peddlers? Because I like it for Vault Peddlers, but my issue is it feels general to me looking at it on its face. I don't see where it fits specifically into this particular world.
The idea of where I got for it was like cartography and scrolls and maps. The idea of like finding these old maps to the Glittering Court or whatever, these scratched together things passed from Vault Peddler to Vault Peddler. That was sort of where the idea came from. And leaning into like that sort of Renaissance text sort of idea. That was the art direction behind it.
I like that a lot. I especially like, because you are right, the text does a really good job of conveying both like that Survivor-esque, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like scratchy and hurried, but it also has like a lot of that
flourish,
twirl and twill to it. Yeah, that flourish to it.
Yeah,
that like conveys like a fantasy world. The text I think is my favorite part.
Yeah.
What I might suggest, if we are taking suggestions on this,
sure,
is maybe finding a way to make the backdrop of this a little bit more mappish.
Yeah, I mean,
to communicate that cartography aspect, because when you say it to me, I get that, and it looks really cool, and I really like the concept behind that. I worry that concept isn't as readable on its face. Like, I don't know that I'm looking at a map here. Okay. Or something that's supposed to convey a map.
Ooh, actually, I kind of like that. Edit, undo.
Oh, that is actually kind of tight.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, color is going to do a lot here, Taylor. Edit, convert to color. So, like, if I were to change these backgrounds to, like, faded paper looks, edit, convert to background, and then maybe bring this up to, like, more of a coffee. Edit, convert to drawing color. Like these sorts of things are going to actually. I kind of like the. Let's take a look at. I did kind of like what it looked like with. This is what I get for using paintbrushes, Taylor. This is what I get.
Oh, Yoda, he's such a fool. How could he use paintbrushes?
And then just hope that... Actually, kind of like that right there.
I really like the yellow text. I wish it was just a little bit more readable. I feel like it kind of sinks into the background a little bit too much.
Oh, my dude. We can do something about that. Like, for sure.
Yeah.
We probably want like a cooler color for the background.
So I guess what my issue here is ultimately is that like I think that you can change the colors on this,
Yeah.
and like I think that it is a logo that has a ton of potential.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the actual shapes of the background stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like if this is to communicate cartography or a map in some way, it's just not immediately readable. Like we
Sure.
might want to consider actually using a like map backdrop, and like having like, you know, mountains or forests or rivers or something.
So this is the other
that
thing
communicates that.
and this is something I've been like looking at a lot is like we also like if we do something like that we have to do it in a very simple way because you have to logos have to be simple, they have to be unique and grabbing, and if we do too much it's just going to get muddled and messy, and really that's my biggest concern here is that this looks muddled and messy. So I'm going to show you the next one, and we're going to talk about like line color a lot on this one, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is actually Taylor's prompt for me.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
no, never mind. Hold on. This is Taylor's prompt for me.
All right.
So this is stone carved Volt Peddlers. I like how this one came out a lot. One thing that I think that we are going to be able to do with this one a lot to really pump it up, so to speak, is like how we want to do line color, because I think line color is going to sell a lot of this, because that looks cool. That pops.
Yeah.
And this is something I'm getting used to too. Is like I'm used to drawing with a lot less more naturalized things, whereas this is we need it to look good from far away. We need it to
Ideally, we want it needs to be readable from across the room.
Yeah.
I mean that's the idea. Like the thing about, you know, the like I don't know, to use like a tabletop example, like the D&D logo. It's very simple, it's very straightforward, and I can see that from like across the bookstore and I immediately know those are the D&D books.
Yeah.
And
that's the
we
other thing.
ideally want something that does that with our game.
And that's what I've been doing, is like taking a step back from these and looking at them. Admittedly, everything on my pad looks different because the color is a lot nicer on my pad than this shit.
Sure.
But like taking a step back and looking at it, I encourage you to do as well.
If I can, hang on. Okay. What am I caught on? Oh. Yeah, all these fucking cables. Okay.
All these cats and dogs.
Just running over them all. Okay. Nope. Stay right there. Thank you. Let's see. All right.
One thing I like about this, it's very readable, it's very simple. It stands on its own. In fact, I think without the background, it even looks better. And I should be clear, these are just color flats. I haven't done any shading or anything. And ideally, I'm not going to be doing that much shading on this shit.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I like how this one came out. It gives us a text that is very... it is easy to make and is also unique to the game.
Okay.
My biggest concerns with it... Oh, go on.
Oh, no, go ahead.
My biggest concerns with it is, like, how much does it sell the fiction of the game? It feels much more primitive than I think than Volt Peddlers really is.
I was gonna say, I do like it, and I like the general concept of it. I do feel like this came out a little bit more Flintstones than what I had initially envisioned.
Maybe the color choice, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely color choice. I also think that there may be, and this is, maybe you can, like, I might be able to talk on this a little bit more because this might have to do with that idea of scalability and accessibility.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe it needs more detail to it. Like the rock looks incredibly flat. And maybe like with a little bit more texture and a little bit more contouring to make the rock look a little bit more like rock, it might have a little bit less of that quality. My actual issue for it, and I'm just going to go ahead and say that this is just the problem that I'm seeing. I don't have a solution in mind, so I am sorry. This is not helpful. It's the border. I like when I think about any good logo, the border to it is just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like intuitive. It's not necessarily blocky this way. And I feel like maybe at the same time, like it's supposed to be a phrase carved in rock. So I don't know how you do that without making the border the rock itself, unless you lose the image.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I think there's plenty of examples of logos that are encased like this.
Yeah.
I mean, intentionally I stayed away from doing too much work on cracks. It might be the case that like I want to move this crack that's going into the text over here, where there's this large blank spot, which is probably where that flat look is coming from.
Another thing we could also do is we could make the stone less of an actual square, and that might make it feel a little bit more naturally formed as opposed to just kind of the square slab of stone that we have. Like that does happen. But that might communicate the idea that it's a little bit more natural forming.
Right.
As opposed to what we have here.
I mean, this was about the concept was like a tablet, like a stone tablet carved on purpose into a tablet. So that's why I chose the shape I did. But I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I worry if we do it like on like a naturalized rock, it's going to look more primitive instead of like going the other way. I mean, maybe this is the case too. Like throwing a gear on this somewhere might sell it more. Something to communicate that rust punk idea. This is actually the one I was leaning towards most until I popped onto my last one and fixed the color on it. Because, like I was saying, I've been playing a lot around with making things pop, and color saturation I found I have to go a lot higher with than normally I would. Normally I'd throw in more shade and change hues, but this is like messing with turning saturation way up, which is like what makes colors like orange is orange. So this is the first one I was working on, and
I
really dig it.
Man, I do too. This turned out very good. I love the text. I love the gears. I love the combination of gears and like vines and stuff.
Yeah.
In so many ways, this to me reads more like a logo than the other two.
Yeah, I think so too. I like the text is very readable.
Yeah.
It's like very unique. And I was actually, man, until I got the color work done on this, I was actually leaning pretty against it.
Yeah.
And like, still, I kind of want to play around with the tentacles some, maybe like throw in some white on that. But these are like small scale issues.
Yeah.
Let's see what actually, I want to see what the drop shadow looks like changed to the same color as the text and see if that.
While you're doing that, I also just want to point out to everybody, because Corey pointed this out to me in a private conversation, that the thing that this logo has that the other two do not is, I was talking before about how designs should be in fiction and like relevant to the world. Corey has devised here a logo that incorporates elements of Biologica with the vines, Creatronics with the gears, and even like these big, thicker, sentient vines these hentai vines.
Well, yeah, they are tentacles.
They represent like that Star Shatter aspect of the game, which is just like that's tight as hell. Like you came up with something that like it looks good, it's readable, and it is something that like it is relevant to the game. Like if you know the game, if you know EBA, for people who maybe one day look at this who have played Vault Peddlers, they'll be able to look at this and be like, oh yeah, this is the game.
Another thing I really like about this is it stands on its own. Like if we were to make like maybe the core rulebook is mostly this pitch image, right? But like if you're to make supplements, you can stamp this on a supplement somewhere and build around it. Put it like I think that it stands there.
Yeah. I totally agree. Like this would be like a perfect, just like you stamp it at the top of a title and then like under that you put the title of the supplement.
Yeah.
Like it's very modular, or at least it's got a lot of potential to be modular. No, I completely agree. This is my favorite of the three that we have so far.
Yeah.
I think that the other two have a lot of potential, but I think that this one is the closest to being like it.
I also feel like this is, I don't know, like I commented this on our Instagram, but like this notably like isn't sleek. It's not like
no.
It's not in vogue. I think it represents like a lot of where I came from with tabletop gaming and where we want this game to go as well. Not that we want this game to like, but it's got this flair that I really like about it, and like that I think like won't look dated because it's like it's such a mishmash hodgepodge of era looking shit that it just can't look dated because it kind of already it is like
it's all dated.
Yeah,
like it's all dated and it's different dates.
Yeah.
like the text is like this wild like mid 2000s 90s like deal. You've got like the gears, which are, I don't know, they remind me of like a 70s like animated show. Like I don't know, like the art style it's very dated in a very cool way. Yeah, I think.
And it has depth, which is fun. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely where I'm leaning towards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig this one.
I completely agree. Again, I don't think it's necessarily a sign to throw out the other two. I think that both of them have a ton of potential as far as like what can be done with them and what they can do. I think it's more just that these two are both a little bit less like we're a little bit less solidified on what they need to be and what they need to look like.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the last one, hands down, that one is my favorite.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like EBA to me.
Yeah.
Also, I just like how the A hangs there, like it's falling. Yeah, I don't know. It
like it's a ruin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was my thought on it exactly. Yeah, shit, this was fun.
Yeah.
This was nice.
Yeah. Anyways, for the nightmare.
Yeah. So my question is, what are your plans with these other two logos? I mean, are you planning on actually going into, like, are we gonna have one main logo and then it's like what if we are we planning on having multiple logos, and if so, what are the different logos going to be used for?
I think we have to have one logo.
Oh, just one.
Yeah, like here's the thing: D&D can get away with having like the dragon, Dungeons and Dragons, and D&D with the ampersand because D&D is like a monolithic thing.
Sure.
They have enough like scope to do that, but like even if you like go one step down to Paizo, they have Pathfinder, and it looks like Pathfinder every time it's printed anywhere. Like,
yeah,
I think that's
right.
And like, hey, maybe we want to do the band thing and make T-shirts and use different logos. Sure, that's fun.
All right.
But, like, I mean, we don't have to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Anything that we saw there, anyways, I'm going to redraw probably a dozen times just to make sure it's in the right aspect ratio, the right pixel size, and, like, I can have that scalability, and we don't get into the Fractured Fortunes issue that we got into.
Good God.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Very tight.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah. So
it's
Corey,
it's demoralizing to get through 3 days of work in 10 minutes.
I can only imagine.
No, I'm joking.
So, you clearly did a fair bit of homework for today's episode. I didn't. Did you make feats?
No, dog, I was drawing.
Tight. I wasn't drawing, but I was just being a bad person. So, we'll have to skip that bit. And I guess we are going into what's the rest of tonight's stream look like?
Oh, we're condensing down our rule set in editing, which
Okay.
Yeah, this is like where you shine.
Yes. Hang on for me one
Unless you want me to type on these precious documents.
Oh yeah, no. We should just copy and paste right on there from your Madman sheets.
I'll accidentally get rid of everything. Oh, I don't even know, Taylor. Never mind. Hey, it's almost Christmas.
No shit, man. The last couple days have been so fucking hectic for me.
Oh shit!
Like I don't even have a lot of work. It's just a fucking lot.
Show everyone the good things I got you.
Oh yeah, hang on.
Also, I want to.
If you're following this stream, which you don't, you know that I've been doing a lot of stuff with music lately, and a lot of my work lately has really been more with like East Asian instruments, like with Fractured Fortunes. But Corey got me some instruments that like I'm very excited about using. He got like this little it's like a stylophone like digital synthesizer deal. I've been playing around with this a bunch. Oh, hang on one sec.
Stylophones are cool sound boxes. Also, I like that Taylor had to say that like he's been getting into some music when you can see behind him.
You know. Okay, here it is. Yeah. Check this shit out.
Wow.
Yeah. It's tight as hell. You can do like cool reverbs and delays on it. It's very tight.
You can aux into it, right?
You can, yes.
Night Papa, I love you!
Love you too, buddy. Hi, Corey.
Nightland, love you!
Love you too, buddy.
Merry Christmas.
And then I got this little guy.
You do. Yeah, dog. Tell me about this bad boy.
A dog fucking hates this so much.
Does he? He's looking at it in concern.
Oh no. I left the fucking thing on for days. The batteries are almost drained.
That's
I don't know if you can even hear that or not.
A little bit. Your dog's happy.
Yeah. He's very relieved.
Yeah, the automatones like these Japanese synth toys. They're cool.
Yeah, you've probably seen them on like social media. Like a lot of people make videos with them on like TikTok and stuff, like where they're using them to cover like classic songs from the 80s. But they're very neat and like they're totally fretless, which presents a lot of very interesting possibilities as far as like the kind of music you can make. 'Cause you can do like semitones and quarter tones that like are not even possible on like a Western chromatic scale. So like it's very tight. It's very cool.
As you can see, Taylor didn't have enough instruments.
I didn't. It's true.
Yeah, this cat is fucking your shit up right now.
Yeah, this cat doesn't give a shit.
What up?
Say hello to the world, Izzy.
What up?
This is my partner's cat, and she hates my guts,
But needed
but
attention.
she's very lonely because Leslie is at work.
You'll have to
So
do.
she just gets.
You'll have to do.
Yeah, it pretty much though. It's just like, hey, listen, I hate you so much, but I need pets. Like, I need it, dog.
She's drooling hardcore right now.
Yeah.
She didn't hate it that much.
Very touch starved.
That's relatable.
Yeah, right. So, hey, listen. Here's a fun question. Where do we have the base mechanics for this game actually listed on this sheet?
Oh, it's around here. Dice mechanics outline.
Are you sure?
Thought we had it.
Base mechanics outline?
Attributes or ranks with skills and evolving die. When a player rolls for an action number associated with a rank, it's still die, creating a number which is compared to the DDB. So attributes are ranks. So it looks, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh no, but skills aren't evolving die anymore, so that's a lie.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, Corey. When we did our 20 questions or whatever it was,
Yeah.
the 19 questions the second time,
We
I'm pretty
chopped
sure we
through-
just made a new rolling system when we did that.
Yeah.
And then we never copied it over.
What is that?
I don't know. Because I don't have the second time we did the 19 questions.
I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because I don't. I have the first one.
That's Delver's 19 questions, right?
I believe. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fine. We'll find it.
I really hope you have it, because I am
I
very
swear
concerned.
I saw it the other day.
Very concerned that we don't.
I saw it the other day, I swear. I just don't want everyone looking at my shit, but they are. I've been
Everybody
doxed.
look over here. Look down here at this corner. None of that shit is important.
When did we do it? TGS Master Shoot? We didn't do it on TGS Master Shoot. We didn't do it in April. Vault Peddlers, Power 19, baby.
You got it?
Yep. Yep.
Can you send me the link to that?
No. Well, I can just invite you to it. Share. You're already on it. You're the editor on it.
Is Terramundi TV?
Hairboo Monsters Music.
Yeah. You're the owner of it. So why do I not have that on my fucking thing?
You gotta type it in. Vault Peddlers Power 19.
Vault Peddlers Power 19.
I'm
No,
fair.
nothing comes up on mine.
Are you on Hairboo Monsters Music? Hey guys, this is fun.
I'm on Terramundi TV. It's the owner of the document. It should be here.
Actually, it says Hairboo Monsters Music is the. Oh, yeah, that's strange. I'm right.
Okay, hang on one sec, because I'll go on to my.
Yeah.
I'll go on to Hear Me Monsters and just see if it's on there.
That being said, while you do that, like, I'm pretty sure we decided on a 1 die 2 rank system in that, like, it is similar to Cyberpunk Red in that it is like we have a main dice and then a die and you add the ranks from your skill and the ranks from your attribute to it, which means we likely chose a D12. We probably chose a D12. There is not, and I'm talking to the crowd, not you, Taylor. There is a nigh 100% chance that we chose a D12, unless I did something weird and was like, no.
We don't have anything in here.
Anyways,
Target dice value.
that's what I've been functioning on. That there were two paths. In fact, I've been actually thinking about this lately, because, and this is actually probably a good time to talk about this. One thing that I really enjoy about like how you ran Shadowrun which isn't how the game is run, but how you ran it, was with a modularity between attributes and skills. I wonder if we should include that modularity.
Are you talking about that time that I made like Woody do like a charisma blades check?
Yeah, you did that a bunch of times.
Yeah. I don't see any reason why we couldn't do that.
Yeah, I just think it would be something neat to hard encode that would give the game more variability as far as like what you can do. I also think like it eliminates the needs for like a gigantic, like our skill list is large, but it's not like Cyberpunk Red large.
So let me ask you this then. So we're talking about rolling what? 1 die for an attribute plus 1 die for a skill? Is that what we're talking about?
No, I think we're talking about rolling 1 die and then adding the ranks from both your skill and attribute to that die.
Okay, sure. And then basically you can just kind of mix and match the attributes and skills depending on what the role is.
Yeah, like these skills are normally governed by this attribute, but like should it come up that you're doing something wonky that doesn't fit somewhere else, make it modular, you know?
Okay, yeah. No, I have no issue with that. I think that makes as much or more sense as anything else that we've done. So, okay, first things first. If we're condensing this shit, Corey, it's time. We're at a 40-page document right now.
Is it really?
With all of this, it is. If you scroll over, it's 39 pages.
Nice, cool.
It's time to start deleting some stuff. I know it sucks, but like we can't keep.
Do we delete or just make it? Here's what I was thinking, and this is why I called this episode "The Niche Get Nicher," because now we are doing our niche podcast, which is developing the mechanics for a tabletop role-playing game, notably not playing one. And editing and condensing this into a new document, which is
we're making a whole new document.
That's what I think we should do. That way we don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't lose like any precious cargo.
Okay, hang on one sec. That's gonna require some stuff here.
Taylor's doing a hack right now.
Alt Peddlers 1E.
What about
And I am sharing this with you.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm just gonna drag this back over. Everyone. Oh man, Taylor, looking at it again, I dig that logo, man.
What, the gears and vines? That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's a good fucking logo. Like, it looks good.
Man, cool.
Yeah, dude. You did that shit.
I did this. Ha 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 ha. I don't know what that was. I'm scared.
Scrolls, movement. That.
Yeah, and this is actually probably a good time to talk about like one thing that I think we talk about pretty frequently, which is organization of a game document, because boy howdy do a lot of people get it wrong. And I don't think that they get it wrong because they're bad at it. I think they get it wrong because it's a hard thing to do.
Oh, very much.
So like one thing that I know, something that is important, I think, to the organization of a game document is you need to present things in the order in which they occur. Too often, games will throw specialty things or things that they think are neat before the... Like, I've seen games, I forget which game it was, where, like, the rules for how to, like, do a riposte off of someone's attack were before, like, the base rolling system of the game. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, so, like, we need to have our base mechanics, basic rolls, and And then it's the question of, do we have movement and combat and initiative explained, or do we do character creation and explain that through the lens of character creation?
So, what I will tell you from my experience, because again, I've been basing everything off of my recent experiences with L5R, because that's what I've been super engrossed in.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite things, and what I have found to be the least favorite things for every player that I have come across on the internet, is the composition of the book, because the book starts out explaining like half of your base mechanics, and then it takes like 100-page break to go over character creation, and then it goes into like intrigue scenes and conflicts, and like again going through what are effectively basic mechanics. I would rather have all of that stuff neatly tucked into like 1 chapter or 3 chapters, depending on how we want to structure that, and then have character creation available at the end of it. Especially if this is going to be a feat-based game.
Yeah.
Character creation is going to take fucking forever. It's going to be a giant portion of the book. So I don't think that it's smart to cut up the mechanics to have all of these feats inserted in the middle.
In my experience, people say the exact opposite, in that character creation should take the front row of your game, because it's the first thing people are going to do. It's the first thing people want to do. I agree that we shouldn't split things up, but like at the same time, like if we're going to go in and explain rules, then like we're also going to be like that's when we get into the meticulous nature of combat, right? Like, so if we're going to do base mechanics and then like, okay, now we're going to do, and this is this is why we said that it's a very hard thing.
Sure. Here's my response to that. I don't care as long as the mechanics section is not
organized,
separated.
Yeah.
As long as it is consolidated into a singular portion of the book, I don't really care if it's in the front or if it's in the back.
Yeah.
So if you think character creation makes sense in the front, let's go with that. But I don't necessarily think it's important. I don't care which way we go with that.
Well, so like actually, I was going to take a page from Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I think what Dungeons and Dragons does.
I'm disappointed in you. Go on.
Well, they've been making books for a long time.
Yeah, fair.
Maybe you've heard of their many books.
Well, what is this Dungeons and Dragons?
I've never dealt with any of these. They explain like they do the traditional shtick of like, what is a role-playing game? Blah 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 blah
Sure.
blah blah. Boy, I hate those sections. But you know why I hate them? I always read them, and I'm like, why am I reading this? I know.
I mean, it's useful for somebody. It's just not useful for us.
Yeah.
And like we're gonna have to write a section like that too. Like we should be expecting that new players are coming into this as well. It's gonna be dumb.
So Dungeons and Dragons explains like they do like a basic explanation of certain things you're going to be seeing in the book, and I don't think that that's a bad idea. Like, here's the thing: like if we could condense our base rolling system down to, hey, this game is pretty much this die, and you add these 2 things to it, and then sometimes you get to add external die to it. That's it. That's pretty much the game. Beyond that, there's a lot of modularity with feats. That, like, if we can condense that idea down into the beginning and talk about, like, and maybe we do this in that section we're talking about, like, what is a role-playing game, and, like, we discuss how this game is easy, where this game might have some crunch, that kind of thing. Explain some terms, and then we go into character creation, explain things more in depth, and then do the mechanics section in order after that. Like, I'm cool with that. I just think, like, if we have, like, that basic terminology explanation, even if we, like, encode it in that what is a role-playing game section.
All right, yeah. So you're thinking, what is a role-playing game, character creation, and then mechanics?
Yeah. If we're using what is a role-playing game to, like, talk about our system a bit, too. Just to clarify some terminology, ease of, like...
section to clarify terminology.
The basics of the basics of rolling. Yeah.
The basics of the game. Okay.
Boy, that.
So.
I gotta tell you, Taylor.
What?
Vault Peddlers 1E, that just hit me.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, we're there. Okay. So if the roll number is higher or equal to or higher than the TDV, player succeeds. Their actions. If it is lower than the TDV, fail. The GM can do consequences.
Taylor, I'm going ahead and changing the GM to...
Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I completely forgot that we had that.
That was a Taylor joint right there.
That was. Oh. And that should be going under basic roles. Okay. Here we just explain what the section is, how it is laid out, why it matters. Okay. Now, if I remember right, I actually don't remember having a huge issue with the way that we handled movement in the original document. Do you have any inclination to change that?
No, because I think movement is you can move your we have and this is why this definitely has to this is why I think this has to come after character creation, because once we get into movement and we get into stances and initiative, weirdly, initiative might be our more complex system than most other games.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. It's actually pretty complicated.
So
do you want to not fill these in right now then?
Yeah, let's avoid filling these in right now. Let's move to
okay.
Just because I feel like we're gonna have to litigate a lot of combat and initiative again once we get into it. Let's move into the character creation in earnest. Let's create that section, and then we'll place that section as we need to place it.
Okay.
So if we create it as an island, we can move it up or down, right?
Okay, so let's bring up the character creation in the old doc, because I know I had some stuff there. All right, so let's start with just this. I'm just going to copy and paste stuff onto the new doc for people watching.
Yeah.
So, character creation starts by picking a species, history, and province. When you do so, claim 1 feat for each. Afterwards, players purchase attributes and skills using a point-buy system using a preset number of points. Do you have an issue with that general idea?
No, I think, I like how we eased that. We made that much better.
Okay. Next bit of text that we have not crossed out. Attributes are ranked 1 to 5. And can be advanced up to 10 with additional spending. Skills are an adult evolving die starting with a D4. They cost the die level of the next level up die to improve. Example, going from a D4 to a D6 costs 6 points. You have to go up to the next level die, no skipping.
Yeah. So
let me ask you, how does that work with this new basic rolling system, right? If we have, for example, if we're going with this idea that we roll a d12 and then we're adding in our attribute and our skill, if it's an evolving die type, does that mean we're actually rolling like a d6 for the skill instead of just adding in the number?
No, actually, you know what? We had already solved it and just hidden it in character creation. This is why we couldn't find the base rolling system. The base rolling system is you have a skill die, and then you add your attribute rank to it, and that's how you roll it. kind of like a mix between.
Where does it say that though?
Well, I think that's the intent of this. Your skills are an evolving die, so you have a polyhedral die to roll. That's your skill. Okay. And then you add the attribute rank 1 through 5, 5 through 10 to that. Which I actually kind of like.
Okay, so we're not actually rolling a 1d12 at all. It's actually just rolling whatever the die type for the skill is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, one sec.
It's like a cross between Cyberpunk Red and Savage Worlds.
Okay. So they roll the die type
of their
associated with individual skills, adding the value of their attributes. Okay, cool.
I like that because it makes skills more important than attributes.
Very much, yeah. If you don't beef up your skills, then you're gonna die. Okay.
I think that feeds into the idea of hyper specialization in this game, and provinces being less of a class and more of a direction, which maybe we should make the ease of purchasing thing a thing, at least on character creation. Certain skills or stuff are easier to purchase in the for your province. I'm not sure. That might be something we could think about, though.
Okay. Okay, so then we have sections for species, province, history, and skills, right? Because those are the only things we do. That's the only things that we talked about in the first paragraph. So there's nothing else. We don't talk about equipment. We don't talk about... Like, this doesn't even set up like armor class or anything like that.
No, because armor points are derived off of... They're a derived statistic.
Did we ever determine what the statistic is? Like how we...
I thought we did on... Trying to remember when we slashed and burned everything.
Yeah, we fucked up a lot here. Oh, hang on, wait. It's page 12, I think. Okay, yeah, so health, armor, and movement are derived statistics comprised of attributes in a single core relevancy. So health is Star Shatter, Adaptation, Nebulae, and Ferocity. Armor is Creatronics, so Clockwork, Logica, and Networks. And movement is Biologica, Holistics, Tribalism, and Obfuscatia.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm actually gonna... I actually think I want to put this up here. It's just kind of a general note. Oh my God, hang on. Stop.
Taylor's dog is cool. So what's up, everyone? This is, I understand, like, probably not the most exciting thing. And that's why I titled it what it is. But it's also super important. Like, this whole concept is building the process of devising a tabletop game. And a lot of that is messy and unfun.
Thank you very much.
And like complicated and relitigation and destroying things that you created, and that's just a part of the process. So, yeah, that is why we are documenting what we did.
All right. Sorry about that, folks. We had a late night delivery.
Was it pizza?
No, it looks like it was a book. But it is addressed to my significant other, and I cannot open it because we are close to Christmas. Oh my God. Whew.
You all right? Okay.
Yeah, he just scared the shit out of me. No, this happens every single day. Like, we'll get a delivery person. Yoda will like somehow sense this person before any of the rest of us can, and he'll just fucking lose his mind, and like it like kills me every single time.
He's trying to protect the house.
He is, actually. And like I've taken to like one of the things that I've read is like, don't yell at your dog when they do that shit, because like all that they're learning, like you're yelling, so really you're just encouraging them to bark more because they think there's a reason to yell.
They're like, oh hell yeah.
Well, no, like what you're supposed to do is like you're supposed to like get up and go look out the window, and then like tell them that like basically say like thank you, like, and like tell them they're a good dog and pet them, because they like did their job. Like that's what you're supposed to do. That's like how you get them to calm down.
They're good children.
Ugh. Just fucking oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to our holiday stream. Should we talk about like because we've changed things to like you grab a feat from your species, a feat from your province, and a feat from your history, like do you think that's direction enough for the provinces, or should there be like a bonus to a skill or a bonus to an attribute or something, or it's cheaper to buy something from an attribute or cheaper to buy a skill progression for
Can you explain more what you mean by that? I don't know if I understand.
Well, so like obviously like by the nature of feats, like you won't have access to certain provinces' feats, and that's cool because
Sure.
they can do certain things, and maybe that is enough of a definition of what the province is. But because we were doing essentially what is a class-based game, like classes define a lot of what people put on their characters, and I know we're trying to lean less on that, but like, should we offer like some sort of like it's cheaper to buy ranks in Obfuscatia if you choose a rope walker, or
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like encouraging them towards a specific specialization.
or just making it easier, making their specialization easier.
I don't especially. So like here's the thing, like I've been leaning really heavy into mechanics over the last like month or so. This is actually one area that I really don't particularly like that.
Okay.
At least not for a game like this. I think that in a world that's as big and diverse as EBA is, I think you can have a rope walker who's a good talker, and you can have a pharaoh who is like good at fucking shit up, or something like that. So like I would say no.
I don't.
Just because I think that's going to make the point buy system more complicated than
Yeah.
it needs to be.
And I agree.
I don't know. Like,
I
if
agree
you,
with
if you
that.
feel like, okay, yeah.
But like I was going to offer like as a counterpoint, that yeah, I like the. But I don't want to make it lukewarm enough where like we're going to get, 4 months down and be like, why do we have provinces? If anyone can like go like delve into anything at any degree, like should we have a classless system? Is I guess like maybe we should have this conversation now. Do we have a classless system, or do you think the definition of feats are enough to define the class?
So I think that mechanically the feats are enough to define the class. I would also say that I've always kind of imagined the provinces as having literal responsibilities. Like if you're the pharaoh, then like you're probably a lot more active in downtime because you are managing a lot. Same thing with like the shepherd or the mother. If you are the spoiler, then like your job, your responsibility to the caravan is reconnaissance.
Yeah.
So like I've viewed that, and that I think just inherently kind of has to come out more narratively. We can figure out carrots and sticks for that as far as mechanics goes.
I had
rewards for doing your job.
I had an idea on that topic then earlier today, and I wasn't sure. I kind of thought of it and then like did nothing with it, and then you said that, and it kind of leaned into the idea. Maybe
Okay.
we should have an element of the caravan being upgrading your job in the caravan, like having feats that develop the job of the pharaoh in the caravan, and like maybe you get at character creation. Maybe we should consider you get your downtime feat or your caravan feat as well as like as an element of your province.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. So basically, any downtime feats are caravan feats.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, and that solves multiple problems because we've already written a bunch of feats that specifically deal with downtime.
Yeah.
So that means that we've actually gotten a lot of those already done.
Yeah.
That's tight as hell. I like that a lot.
And direct them based on provinces. So those are like jobs in the caravan that you fulfill. So maybe you pick a character creation, a caravan feat under your province feat as well. So you get to pick a province feat, like a action province feat and a downtime province feat kind of thing.
Okay.
Like your job feat.
Yeah, I think that's tight. I love that.
Okay, cool. Dope.
Cool.
I think that actually solves a lot of issues with caravan stuff too.
Okay, so
I smell like breadsticks.
just a minute. This is going to be a big paste. Big Paste, by the way, being my favorite band.
I love Big Paste.
Big Paste is phenomenal. Okay. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm copying and pasting the species feats.
Yeah.
Since this is character creation.
Right. Yeah.
And then what I'll do under each of these sections is we still need to write like the introductions, like what these things actually are. I'll copy and paste those in from the original doc. And then we can use that to sort of build that section out.
Okay, so yeah, absolutely. So underneath the so underneath province we'll have vault feats and caravan feats for each one, right?
Yes, that
Okay.
is the idea.
Cool. Yeah.
So let me put these in here. I need to.
So this is
No, the history is updated with those as well. Okay, tight.
this is going to be interesting though. This is I think where we get into trouble for actual book construction, Taylor.
Do we make the caravan its own section, or do we just divide the province section?
Actually, I was gonna say, do we put the feats in the character creation? We can't do that. There's gonna be so many feats. Like,
You have to.
I know. Well, I know. This is what I'm saying. This is where it's difficult. Like, because ideally feats should be. Whoa! I just moved the. Ideally, because feats are so huge, right? Like it's going to be such a huge part of our game. It's going to take up an enormous amount of the book, right?
Yeah.
So I just feel like this is putting the cart way ahead of the horse.
You have. No, I'm gonna like for what my half of this is. You have to put this in that section. If the whole point of this is to have a comprehensive character creation section that isn't broken up, the most annoying thing in the world would be to like be flipping between like the description of your province or species or whatever on page like 30 and then flipping back to page like 200 to read like the province feats and like doing that back and forth while you do species history and province. That's gonna suck.
Yeah, I mean I agree, but I'm gonna throw a wrench at this for you.
Do it.
We have skill feats too. Do we put these in the same section, or do we separate feats into two separate parts of the book? This is what I'm saying.
Well, I actually have purchased skills as its own section within character creation, so I would say put it in there.
Okay. I mean, it's something we're gonna want to keep our eye on because if our feat system evolves to such a degree that like it gets complicated, I mean, maybe we do put character creation in the back, and like I don't know. It is something that I know is gonna come up when we're condensing the book.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Look, here's the deal. We knew from the beginning
Yeah.
this book is gonna be clunky as shit.
Yeah.
it's just going to be a big boy. It's a feat-based game. It's like there's no way around that.
Yeah.
We have a billion feats. We were always going to have a billion feats.
It's true.
My thing is, if I'm picking a province, I want all of my options available right there in front of me, and then I can just flip through the pages and keep going.
You know what we should do?
And just pick my feats that way.
We should look at the Pathfinder books together and see how they do it, because they definitely have starter feats like in the beginning with your character, like races and stuff, and then they have more throughout the book. Maybe we should examine those as study guides.
Yeah, that might be a really good idea. I mean, there's never any harm in seeing how other people have done it before.
Yeah.
That's just my take on it.
No, I mean, I fucking agree with you too. Like, looking through multiple sections of the book sucks. Like,
it does. That's one of the hardest things about the L5R book. Is like you're going between pages like 30 and like 200.
Yeah.
And like it's so frustrating trying to get a hold of even basic mechanics using that system. I would way rather flip through like 80 pages of feats and character creation and just deal with it there.
I will say this much though, like making supplements are going to be great for this, because we can make skill supplement book that it's just going to be skill feats and be like, hey, there you go, enjoy.
Here you go, dork.
Here you go, idiot. Ha!
Okay. Just about done with this section. Hang on one sec. Okay. Cool. So, we have all of the histories in here. And now we're at province. And I'm sorry, I don't know if we actually fixed this. What are we doing? Are we separating this between province feats and caravan feats?
For province? Yeah, I guess that's what we should do. Have like a section. Each province should have like Volt feats and caravan feats, and then we can explain Volt feats are things that you do.
Okay.
Yeah, things that you do while you're out in adventure mode, essentially, and that caravan feats are downtime feats that like. Here's the thing. What I like about doing the caravan feat thing as downtime feats, it feeds into the caravan system. It can open up caravan things. And maybe this... Yeah, go on.
Can you use a province feat during downtime?
I don't see why you, like, would necessarily have to, but, like... Because I think once, like, combat kicks off, necessarily, I don't see why you couldn't. Like... If someone had set up a situation in which like someone had taken control of the caravan and you're trying to spy on them, so you're sneaking in and doing some rope walker shit, like
yeah,
I don't see why that would explicitly be blocked off, but like it feels like once you're doing that shit, you're kind of in adventure mode at that point. Like you're no longer in, even though you're in the caravan itself, you're not doing caravan downtime stuff, right?
I don't disagree with you. I guess my question is just, if that's the case, why divide them? Like, are we saying that caravan feats are dependent on keeping the caravan going?
I think they're I think they do downtime stuff. They raise morale. They like interplay with the caravan. They give you a job. They put skin in. My idea is that they put like skin in the game for you on the caravan itself. Like, the idea of, like, having this mechanized downtime is, like, to encourage community building in the game, right? So, maybe these, like, caravan feats are jobs that you take on under the moniker of Pharaoh that, like, you could do to raise morale, which could be, raise your morale score so you can take more resources into delves with you, that kind of thing. But my idea when I was coming up with it earlier today, which I say only to say that, like, I only thought about it this afternoon lightly, is that it's an idea is to put skin in the game for you, right? Like to encourage community building. So yeah, I don't know. It's a thought. It's something we can play around with for sure. Especially because, like you said, we have a bunch of feats that I think would already fall under this.
We absolutely do, which they are right here. Oh, that fits in so perfectly. This looks so nice and neat.
Hey Taylor, can we legally have these dead Jim?
No. I'm so sure we can't.
Gene Roddenberry is gonna get very litigious from the grave.
We are gonna need to change several of these because I also stole business lobes, which I think we could get away with, but
Man,
yeah, there are several of these.
Lazarus...
Several of these that are not.
Lazarus Tap is dope, by the way.
Yeah, Lazarus Tap is very. Was that yours or mine?
That's yours.
Is that mine?
Yeah.
Damn, I came up with that. That's good.
Yeah, dog. I didn't go to church. I don't really know what Lazarus is except for a cool word. Actually, I know what it means in the context.
You really don't know that?
I know what it means in the context of Pete and Pete.
Wait, but you actually don't know, like, Lazarus.
Yeah, like he was the grave that Jesus hung out when he was in his goth face.
My God. Okay, so like 2-second Bible story. It's the dude that Jesus brought back from the dead. Dude had literally died, and Jesus like touched his fucking face and was like, "Get the fuck up, jerk."
Okay, so tell me mine wasn't
like, okay.
Tell me mine wasn't cooler about this grave that Jesus hung out next to during his goth phase.
I like that a lot.
Goth Jesus is a cool.
Goth Jesus is tight.
Whatever, Dad. I hope they nail me to a cross, Jesus. Someone got on just in time for me to talk about Jesus being crucified. Oops. Oops.
Nice
Whoopsie.
to have you with us.
Whoopsie. Oopsie. My fucking sweatshirt smells so much like breadsticks right now.
Bro, what?
I don't know. Like, smells like it stinks like pizza. Hold on.
You say that like it's a problem. That sounds amazing.
I had to take it off. Oh. I can't believe I can't believe we've done 14 episodes of this and only 14.
Only 14? You've done so much in just like 3 months.
It's almost like we lost so much time because
It's almost like we lost a lot of fucking episodes.
Oops!
Okay. Oh, sorry, buddy.
Give that dog a hamburger.
I want a hamburger.
I
deserve a hamburger.
Man, you named this one too. The Reckoner. Plain and Simple is so good, dude.
all of my titles are either like pop culture references or they're bad puns. Like,
I mean, it's super good.
It's so stupid.
Mage Rage. Whispers of Delphi, Fraud, The Little Voice in My Head, Two Heads Are Better Than One. Man, a lot, touch of casual spiritual armor. Man, there's a lot of Taylors right there. A friend of me.
I did a few of these.
Yeah. Dark Connections.
I don't know. Like, you did a better job, though, of, like, putting these actually in the context of the game. Like, Confluence of the Builders or Ishtasian Council. Like, Halls of the Awoken.
Hey now, Business Loaves. Don't you hurt my friend Business
Loaves.
Loaves.
Business Loaves is tight. I will stand by this forever.
What'd you name yours? Huh.
I also really like That's My Specialty.
Yeah, I dig that one too.
Hey, I dig that one a lot.
Yeah, oh man.
Okay, so I want to tear you away from feats for a minute.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no, come down and just check out
Where am I joining you?
purchase skills. It's down here at the bottom. So this is the bit that we kept from the old document. So every player begins with 35 points.
Yeah.
To improve core relevancies, 1 additional rank is 6 points. Advanced ranks plus 5 cost 12.
Well, we can remove that.
Oh yeah, we don't have core relevancies, so
those are gone.
I'm dork.
Get out of here, idiot.
Improve attributes, 1 additional rank is 4 points. Advanced ranks are 8.
Well, let's match this out too. I'm gonna bring up the calculator. Sorry.
Sure.
Just to make sure that 35 points feels low. So we have calculator, please come here. Okay, so we have how many? So we're working on purchasing right now. So we're looking at ranks and how many attributes do we have?
Attributes. Give me a minute.
Nice. Good pull.
Thank you.
Welcome, President. Which is a weird thing to say.
It was a weird thing. Okay.
Welcome, Mr. President is an odd thing to say after you burp.
Just learn to roll with it at this point.
Was the burp the president?
Why is he welcome?
Is this some sort of satire? And is it a play on authority or the burp?
Where the fuck are our attributes?
Attributes.
Oh, here we go. Jesus Christ. I thought we'd like deleted them.
Par for the course.
Okay, so we have, it's 9. 9 attributes and 18 skills.
Okay, 9 attributes times, they're 4 points. So 4 points, 9 times, so 9 times, it's 5 ranks through the initial ranks, right? So
yes.
9 times 5 is 45, times, so there's 45 ranks of the initial ranks that you can get at character creation. That's what we're going to focus on because you can't get advanced ranks during character creation, right? We hard encoded that.
Yes.
I think we did. I believe that was something that you were big on early on. Maybe that's something we want to take on, but for the time being, let's focus on just that. So that's 45, and then we're going to times that by 4 just to see how many points that is. So that's 5 ranks at 9 is 45 times 4. So that's 180 points if you were to get everything up to 5.
Okay. So it would be roughly in the neighborhood of like, to bring it up to 3, that'd be like 90 points.
So we can just
because correct me if I'm wrong, we would want to center this so that theoretically you could balance it out totally even, or you can sacrifice some things to make other things better.
Yeah. So at 3, it would be 2.5. Yeah, which so yeah. To cut it in half would be 90 points.
Okay. So what I'm getting then is basically we're just going to need to start them with a lot more points.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Okay.
Well, we're going to have to look at attribute cost. We're going to have to look at die evolution cost too in the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to delete this bit with core relevancies. And keep this bit here with attributes. So we know we're at 90 right now.
Well,
each.
Let's let's add everything up like to the full amount to see what it would be to take everything to the full character creation, and then do a fraction of that, however we want to do it, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So each die evolution is 2 times the next level up die.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, this is going to be hard.
Yeah. Well, no, we just need to figure out how much it would cost to do one skill like that and times it by 18. And then
So you start on a D4, right?
Yep.
Okay. So then 2 times the next level up. So D6 would be 12 points.
Yep.
Times 12 times 18.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's just bring it up. 12 plus 16 plus 20, right?
Right. Do they go up to a D12?
Oh, no. D10 is, you're right. D10 is, D10 and D12.
Advanced ranks are D10.
Yeah. So we will go 12 and 16. So it's just 12 plus 16. Okay. Yeah. Because we have 18 skills. So that's why. So 12 plus 16, right? That's all it is.
So we're at 28. Or 38.
No, it's 20. It's 28. 12 plus 16 is 28. And then...
Oh, God.
and then we're going to times that by 18.
Yep.
504.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But we took out buying feats, right? Or did we leave? No, I guess we feats cost. So here's the thing: because we had removed, we had just done it where you pick your basic feats.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think? Can you buy feats at character creation or not? Or can you just get those initial 3? I mean 4, because you're going to get your caravan.
Right.
And then we'll do the caravan system too. We have to build out.
4 seems like a lot.
4 does seem like a lot. Like so, here's the thing. Maybe you can buy them as soon as you get experience points. But like starting off, like this is something that I think another thing. And here, for everyone who thinks that I don't like Dungeons and Dragons, I'm going to talk about them in a positive light again. Fuck you, idiots.
Oh, God.
Something that Dungeons and Dragons does really well is they ease you into your character, right? Throwing up 1,000,000 feats at once can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
And having all of these feats to choose from before you even know who your character is, it's a lot. And like, as someone who, like, doesn't intentionally do it, but, like, sometimes min-maxes a bit, like, it's easy to get trapped into cycles where it's like, how can I optimize here?
Right.
So feats are always going to be more worthwhile. Maybe we should put a steeper control on them than that. But yeah, I think no feats at character creation that you buy.
Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna take that out then. Okay, so
that puts us at 504 plus 180. And that is to buy just the... That's how much it costs to go to to get to advanced rank on everything. It costs 684.
Right.
And, I mean, I don't think it should be half this. It should be less than half, for sure.
Yeah. So, are you thinking, like, 250? Are you thinking 300?
I'm thinking less than that, even. Because,
wow, okay.
Yeah, well, because this is something that you talked about where, like, this game should be hard, especially to start. Like,
yeah. It will make you prioritize your caravan for sure.
Yeah. Ooh, and that's another thing. Are caravan costs just mixed into the cost of... No. We can't do that.
I will tell you this. The more I look at this system, the more I think we're going to need to go with something like my caravan system if we want to make this work.
Why do you think that?
So it doesn't make sense to have, since we have caravan feats already in the province, that aspect of the caravan is basically taken care of. When you're talking about monitoring your caravan, we're really just talking about keeping the levels up high enough that you get to keep those feats, right?
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah. So
so
that's it.
Maybe it's the case that we just need to strip the caravan down some into it's just a generator of resource die somehow.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Is completely take off what we were talking about last week about like the feats aspect, because we've already baked it in here by adding it into the provinces. So
right, those are your jobs.
Really, yeah. So really, the only thing that you need to worry about with the caravan is keeping the resources at least functional enough that you get to keep those caravan feats through your province.
Sure.
And B, keeping the levels ideally high so that you have that additional dice pool to draw from when you need it.
Maybe we're thinking about it wrong then. Maybe it's like, because we're talking about a game about building community, right?
Yeah.
Maybe mechanizing these people is the wrong thing, and you're building out a support cast of NPCs in a very narrative way. Maybe, like, morale is the score that keeps people happy, that determines how many caravan die you get, and, like, in the same vein that in Dungeons & Dragons or Pathfinder you can buy henchmen, you like, attract people to your caravan as NPCs that just come along and can raise your morale score or add resource die. Maybe like the people are the things that add control both your resource factor and your like your
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. So it's
It gives the archivist like a support cast that is with your game all the time. So like the element of community building is always there, right? It's about like keeping that community alive. Why that community is mechanically important is they determine both the morale, or like maybe your jobs determine the morale score, but they determine like the amount of resources that you have available to you, because this is what I was talking about with real life, Taylor. Community is how we get through this. These are the resources that we have around us, right? Like,
right.
You just buy. I mean, you don't buy them. You attract them. They come to you. I'm putting the cart before the horse, I think, because we're talking about caravan stuff. But like, does that work? Does that make sense?
I'm trying to decide if it does. I'm mulling it over right now because I don't know.
Like, I like it conceptually. I like that it enforces the ideas of the game, and more than it enforces this idea of like community building and narrative. Like, we're talking about a game of narrative crunch. We have the crunch. We need to put the narrative in, right?
Yeah. Fucking hate this caravan, dude.
I like this. I like this a lot more. Like, what we're talking about here is much more simplified. Or maybe the resources are the things that you pilfer. what we really gained was the things we pilfered along the way.
It was the things we pilfered along the way. It's fucking great.
Well, like, you use your downtime stuff to keep the NPCs in your caravan happy, right? Keep morale.
Right.
And then, like, when we're talking, and this is where we're talking about, like, things being mechanized to the point where it's, like, things touch other things. When we're talking about, I like trialism a lot. That's a cool way to call a court. I invoke the art of trialism.
Oh, I fucked this up.
So, like, you get resources, but by very actually grabbing things in vaults and on runs, but also, like, from contracts you get resources. So like those are maybe the resource pool is shifting. Your morale pool is also shifting based on how you're keeping people happy based on your job in the caravan. And like as you build up your coffers, you have more resources to pull, but you can only pull as much as you have quite literally pull in the caravan, right?
Right. I wish I knew why this wasn't clicking for me. I wish I knew why I need this to be just like a number that relates to a number of dice.
Yeah, I
don't know why I don't know why I can't make this narrative.
I killed you.
You broke me if nothing else. I don't know what the fuck you did, but like I can't do this.
I like tentatively.
I used to be so normal.
Tentatively, I liked the idea of this a lot more than what either one of us presented before. I think it's a lot less clunky. I think it still has that element of like table talk. We need to like go over our coffers and look at our ratings and like kind of figure out how we're doing stuff. It encourages the mechanized downtime, which like encourages you to interact with these NPCs. Maybe we write in like a vignette sort of thing that you have to play these vignettes in order to play out these feats. I don't know. That might be putting too much of a modern tabletop flair to things, but like, I don't know. So that's 9 times 8, 360. Let's see what it costs to bring a character totally up. Just dice evolution and shit. So 40 plus 48 times 18. No, that's not right. 40 plus 48 enter times 18. 1584. Okay, that seems more right. 36. Anyone who's watching right now, I apologize for what me and Taylor are currently doing.
Apologies. This is maybe our most boring stream yet. Which is
nature, baby. I called it.
Is truly saying something.
Okay, so to get all of our to get all of your ranks in all of your attributes and every skill die to its full completion takes 2,628 points. Which is good, though. Like, this is the thing. It takes a lot to get there.
It does, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like it's going to be entirely overwhelming to players unfamiliar with the game.
Well, I mean, like this is behind the this is stuff that people are going to want to be figuring out when they're min-maxing. Like, what do I need to do in order to get everything? What's the cost? Like, what is the average cost? Like the average IP advancement in a game? What is the average? Right. Like, what is the cost of petty coin to fucking an advancement point? What is the weight of this of a feat versus the weight of a die evolution against the total of points that I need to get to this point. Like, this is stuff we need to think about, but this is the gears of the game, right?
Nope.
I like what you did with colors.
Yeah, I thought it gave a little bit more of a visual sort of aspect to it.
I think we need to... Oh, wait, I see what you're doing. Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me!
Just gotta put that in.
Sorry, I just had a weird dream. That was a weird one! Oh, great. You can see my dreams now, too? Ignore me!
What is that?
Venture Brothers.
Fuck.
It's the greatest TV show ever made.
So good.
Dr. Thaddeus Venture. Whoa. What's that bottom one for?
It's just blank space.
Nightmares.
Yeah. That's where the nightmares go.
These are where nightmares live.
Let's see here. And I think make it just a little bit more...
So what is the point of this?
Just really to have a layout of these things.
Just a visual, just to see visually what's happening.
Yeah, on the old document, we really had it like spread out over multiple pages, and this just kind of boils it all down in a nice readable table.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. It does actually... So I have a question for you actually looking at this based on the rolling system.
Yeah.
I know that you wanted to make this modular.
We don't
right?
have
so like
to.
you could... Well, what I'm asking is, and this actually, I don't know if this is a question you already asked. Like, okay, so like you can have, for example, like a nebulae herbalism roll theoretically in this game. I don't know what it looks like, but it can happen.
Right.
What happens if do you get like a bonus to your roll if you have like a nebulae alchemy roll since it's in the same category, or is that connection really only a behind the screen kind of thing?
Yeah, I think that connection, like, and this is the issue with modularity of feats and skills. I mean, skills and attributes. Like, it's an interesting concept that I threw forward, but like, it also means that somebody is going to be trying to utilize, and maybe that's not a bad thing. Like, I'm trying to mechanize, like, well, I'm going to do it this way because that's like Gene flipping everywhere.
Sure, yeah.
It made sense for Gene to flip everywhere because he was better at flipping than most things. You guys have to carefully walk across this beam that's rickety. Well, I'm going to do a backflip over it.
Yeah.
Because I got a plus 1,000 on that backflip.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that. I've never experienced a player do something like that.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. I'm sure you don't.
I am who I am.
Okay, yeah, so then that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It was just something that kind of hit me as I was looking at this table.
I mean,
whether or not we wanted to do that.
I agree with you. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so let's get back to the actual question of this section then. So the basic is 684, and that is to get just to level 5 in all of your skills and to get up to a D10 on, or a D10 on all your skills and a 5 on all your attributes.
It's to get up to a D8 on all of your skills and a 5 on all your attributes.
Is it 5 or 4? It looks like 5 plus are advanced. So.
Oh, that's right. That's to get up to 4. Yeah.
Is that actually the number to get up to 4, or is it the number to get up to 5?
Hold on. No. It's to get up to 5. It's to get up to 5. Yeah, because it's 5 ranks at 4. Yeah, that's correct. It's to get up to 5 ranks.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. 9 times 5 times 4.
Okay, so that is 1,944 points, or is it 2628 points?
2628 to get everything all the way up, cranked up to 11, basically.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So we don't even need to worry about that for
Yeah.
character creation. All right, so
That's
the
just for
question then
us.
is, how many points should we start our players with? What do you think?
Okay.
It would make the argument for like 200.
Man, I was going to go a lot lower.
How much lower were you going to go?
I don't want to say it now. I'm embarrassed.
Like 50?
I was going to say 120.
120. Well, yeah, I mean, that works.
You know what we can do?
Gonna be...
You know what we can do?
What?
Put a note for both of those numbers. So we can try building characters with both.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. We were getting hung up on character. We're getting hung up on Caravan again. The reason we're doing this is so we can play
test the two caravan systems. That is totally fair. That is totally fair. Yeah.
3 caravan systems now.
I completely lost sight of that. So that makes perfect sense.
3 caravan systems.
Yeah, 3 fucking caravan systems. Jesus. Okay. My last question then, because this looks like just about everything basic wise.
Yeah.
What are we doing as far as equipment goes? I mean, normally character creation involves some kind of equipment, either like buying it or some kind of a loadout. Are we doing that with this game, or is it just you get narratively whatever the GM will give you?
And here's the thing, like I've bandied around with the idea, like because items in this game essentially are tied to feats, right? Like items do a feat thing. They activate a feat. And that's what items do. And I think that's, like, moving forward, that's how we should think about things. Everything is a feat, right? Like, a health potion isn't a health potion. It's a feat that heals you this many points. It costs this many petty coin. So maybe you get, like, maybe we make a list of common feats, common purchasable feats, like one-time use common purchasable feats. And then you get, like, you get to start with one, or maybe you get, like, fuck, man, I don't know. Like, maybe instead, everyone gets one cool item that, like, does a feat. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think it scales with the character creation. And this is going to be us creating stuff, too. If you have more points to start, I think that you start with some common loot in the coffers. Oh, fuck! Whatever we do, we tie the items to the caravan system to encourage you to build the caravan system. You get these items based on how you build your caravan.
Okay, that's a neat idea.
Yeah. Well, because then you can prioritize the kinds of items you have as a group are based on, like, the kind of caravan you are.
And that can be tied to your R&D if we decide to go with that as a general school or whatever in the actual thing.
Or the kind of people you attract if we decide to go on a more narrative route.
Yeah. All right, no, tight. I'm down with that.
Okay.
Okay. Corey.
Our basic character creation.
It's there.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay. This has been a longer stream than normal for us. Corey, what are we doing next week before the new year?
Okay. Next week. Are you around next week? I guess you said you were. Okay.
No,
cool.
I'll be here.
Okay, next week I think we need to condense down, like, here's my thought. We can either try to build a very basic, because we can do character sheet on, and we probably should do our character sheet on a Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Just because we're probably going to go through a lot of different cycles of things, and it will be easier to math out. However much I want to draw one. It's probably putting the cart before the horse.
No, I agree.
So let's do that. So then next week, we can either build very basic characters, or we can condense down our caravan systems so that we can try building our caravans too the following week. How do you want to do it?
You know what? If we're using just a modular sheet, let's stop playing around with this shit and let's build a fucking character.
Yeah, next week let's try both point costs for characters and just build out the basic characters.
Yeah, I think that that's a great way. I think we've been doing this for so long. I think that our last stream of the year being finally getting started on a character creation.
Yeah, it's
is a badass way for us to end this.
We're ending the year with a playtest.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. I'm into that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully all of you are into that too. We will see you next week as we fucking playtest for the very first time.
Vault Peddlers,
character
baby.
creation.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hold on, I'm gonna bring this back for us to look at before we leave.
Hell yeah, do it. Do it.
Yeah, baby. Vault Peddlers.
Vault Peddlers is coming. Don't know when.
No, we do.
Gonna be here.
We do know when. It's next week. Vault Peddlers. We're making quite literally Vault Peddlers next week. Bye, everyone.
Thanks so much, y'all.
I love you.